What's up, YouTubers? It's your girl Shannon from Evie and Chill, and today we're talking all about the Rivian drive modes and ride heights. Now let's take a closer look here. Now the Rivian, it's unique in a lot of ways, and take a look at these wheels, people, because we're going to be focusing a lot on them today. So this is really cool because it has four-wheel independent air suspension. So that means it offers a variety of height adjustments. You can literally always have the perfect drive for whatever terrain or obstacle you're trying to clear. And take a look here, people. I have it 15 inches off the ground right now, and people, that is a lot of ground clearance. Do you see that? Like, I could almost lay down and have the car roll over me. I won't do that because that's not safe. But you get the point. That is a lot of ground clearance. Or I can also drop it as low as being 7.9 inches off the ground. Y'all, that is almost as low as J-Lo can drop it. Now, personally for me, I'm probably gonna keep this in like a higher ride height, just out of personal preference. Really, I just like to look down on other drivers. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, that's partially true. But I do feel a little bit safer when I have like a higher field of vision, you know, I can like see more. But there are those cases where sometimes mama just wants to drop it low. You picking up what I'm putting down? So we're gonna explore all of those different modes and ride heights today, but let's just take a hot second to appreciate that 15 inches off the ground. People, this is a stock truck, so that is redonkulous. For a quick comparison, the F-150 Lightning, that has an 8.9 inch ground clearance, and this can do 6 inches more than that. People, that is like a hot dog length of a difference. Again, just redonkulous. Okay, but let's not waste any more time outside the vehicle. Let's go inside and let me show you those different drive modes and ride heights. Now, first things first, since we're gonna be in the cabin for a hot second, let's go ahead and let's make ourselves comfortable. When I got in, I noticed that the temperature was set on 70, but let's drop this down to a more comfortable number we all know and love. That is much better. Now, to access the drive modes and ride heights, we're simply gonna click on this button right here. Now, when you click on that little button here, it's gonna automatically bring you up onto this screen where you will be set in all-purpose drive mode, and you'll see that ride heights is here on the right. Now, for all-purpose mode, you can see Rivian says it's for all roads, all weather, for all kinds of adventure. And it defaults you into the standard ride height of 11.9 inches, but it will lower to 10.5 inches if you hit highway speeds. As far as the ride, it sets you automatically into a soft ride or a soft suspension. You've got standard brake regen on, and then we've got full stability control. So that'll give you a pretty even torque split between the front and the booty of the truck. Now, I will point something out real quickly. If you wanted to change things, you could turn the stability on and off. You can adjust the brake regen to a higher setting, and possibly most importantly for me, we can turn this to a stiffer ride, because let's be real, people, if mama's gonna go for a ride, I don't want it to be soft. I do prefer a stiffer ride. Now, I'll stick to the soft all-purpose mode for now. Later tonight, things might change. Okay, let's keep going down here and we will talk about the ride heights. Now, you have a few options that you can change to. You can see they're kind of bolded a little bit. Oops, we'll cancel that for right now. The ones that are faded, the lowest setting here and the highest setting ride height, we're not able to access those in all-purpose mode. And you can choose to go into a high ride height, and you can see that that will lower if you hit 45 miles per hour. Sport mode is the next mode here. It is for low, quick, responsive, and a whole lot of fun in the driver's seat, but you can see that it is for on-road use only, which hopefully, people, that should go without saying. Although I do think it would be really funny to see someone going like off-roading in sport mode. Probably not safe and could possibly damage the vehicle, but I do think it would be kind of funny. So if someone else wanted to do that and put it on YouTube, they could do that, but it won't be me. Okay, let's look at what else this changes our settings to. You can see our ride height is now in stiff. That's what's up. Brake regen, again, still set to standard. Stability is on. And over here for the ride heights, we are in the lowest setting, the Rivian dropping that booty real low at 9.5 inches. Now, I actually do put it in this setting here when I'm picking up my grandmother. If she's gonna ride with me, I lower the vehicle. That way it's easier for her to get in and out. But after she gets in, I do raise the vehicle back up, and then I'll drop it again when she's ready to get out. And let me show you why I do that here. Look at how low this drops it to. Y'all, that is not a lot of clearance there. That is real tight. Now, of course, my husband loves when things are tight, but not for a vehicle. This is just a little bit too tight for us. Now, I don't drive in this setting also because you can see how close the wheel well is to the tire. Preferably, again, we just like a little bit more clearance, but also it's a rougher ride right here. Obviously because the airbag is deflated, so you'll feel like more of the bumps on the road. So pro tip might be save this mode for when you're just doing like those long, straight, fast trips on the interstate. You really just don't care about ride quality, you just wanna get there. Save this for that. All right, let's hop back in, let's raise her back up. Now the next mode you see, that is the conserve mode. You'll see that it is for front wheel drive with auto height adjustments for aerodynamic efficiency and range. Now personally, I found conserve mode to be like really surprising. Like this vehicle is super efficient, which again kind of blows my mind because like this is a truck, but again, it's an efficient truck, which almost sounds like an oxymoron, but it's not, it's a Rivian. Okay, but let's take a look here at the details. We see that it breaks down the ride into soft suspension here. We've got standard brake region that it defaults to, and stability is on. Now in conserve mode, you'll notice that you can also drop it to low or lowest. However, we are not able to access the high or highest mode there. Now let's move on to the road that Rivian has totally been capitalizing on because hello, this is an adventure truck. So that is the off-road mode. Now when we click on that, we're just gonna say go off-road, and then once you get in that setting, you'll see that it opens up all of these different sub-modes here. And we'll go through all of them here real quickly. I had it set for rock crawl earlier, I was just playing around with it. We'll start at all-terrain. This one is optimized to explore with higher clearance and a softer ride or uneven paths. It sets you in that soft ride mode, standard brake region, stability on, puts you in standard ride height of 11.5 inches, and then you can raise it to high or highest. Soft sand here, we'll say I'm in soft sand. This is gonna provide optimized traction and a ton of torque to rip through the sand. You can air down the tire pressure for best performance. And don't forget people, if you do air down the tires, you can always air them back up because if you remember in our gear tunnel here, if we access this, we have the air compressor hose, and then right back here, we have, ba-boom, the air compressor. Now we also have a bike here because J3 is learning how to ride a bike without training wheels. Super exciting moment in our family. He's doing really, really well. He's only 4 years old, but I feel like he's a man already. But anyways, if you did air down your tires, it's always nice to know that your truck can air them back up. Now back to the soft sand, that's gonna put your brake region in low, and you have the options to be in either standard mode or in the highest mode. Now moving into the rock crawl mode, this is just really cool. Even that picture just looks awesome, right? It's like the tilted truck, climbing up rocks obviously. But this mode provides plenty of clearance and a steadier pedal feel to traverse rugged terrain. Now you'll notice in this mode we have one extra option on the bottom, but you can see right now that we are currently going up into the highest ride height because hello, rocks are really big. We want to make sure we have plenty of clearance there. But you would be able to also put it in just to high as well. Standard, low, and lowest, those just would not be options for this mode. But let's look at the ride. This is automatically going to put you into a stiffer suspension. Brake region is set to standard. We have brake hold, which is set to off for default, where it says press your brake pedal to stop and release to roll. You could also turn it to on, where the brake will remain on until you accelerate, just a matter of personal preference, and then stability is on. And something I meant to point out earlier, I'll point it out now. When your ride height is set to 15 inches, you'll see this little note that speed limited due to ride height. So that means you will not be able to go super quickly. You'll see that on your accelerator here, you have a 20 mile per hour maximum. Okay, so rock crawl, again, you can have your ride height in 15 inches or you can drop it down to 13.1. Now let's go ahead and let's look at rally mode here. So it is safe to lower the ride height. Again, I like that. They taking safety into concern. We'll lower that. Off-road rally, this has quick acceleration and sporty handling to make some dust fly. And this mode here, people, this just sounds like a lot of fun. I don't even know where in Rhode Island we could do this, but I'm gonna try to find a place. But looking at a ride, it defaults into softer suspension, brake regen sets to standard, and then stability just goes down to reduced. You have the option to turn it off, but again, it just defaults it into reduced. And then the ride height, again, that sets to standard. We have the option to bring it back into high, but we'll keep it in standard for now. Let's look at the last sub mode here, and that would be drifting. All right, and we will turn off stability for this. What? All right, people, this might possibly be my husband's favorite mode, my least favorite mode, because when he's done driving, like, people, I have a headache. It is not good, like motion sickness at like level 10. But this is his favorite mode. Now, I'm not gonna complain because it does default you into a stiffer ride, but that's difficult because it's a stiff ride, but then I have a headache. It's confusing to me. I still wanna ride, but like, I don't feel like it. Okay, you get where I'm going with this. Okay, so it defaults you into a stiff ride for drifting, standard brake regen, and we had stability turned off. This is the advanced driving mode with less grip for a little more slip. That kind of sounds like fun to me. I like that. And it defaults your ride height into standard, but you could put it in high if you wanted to. Now let's look at our very last drive mode here, and that is going to be towing. So we're gonna switch to tow mode. And people, this is packed with the power to tow up to 11,000 pounds for work or play. People, 11,000 pounds. I might have this truck tow me after Thanksgiving dinner because that's about how much I weigh after I eat all that turkey and pumpkin pie. So we'll put that on a back burner episode for November. Okay, so this is the tow mode. You can see we have another option here for the trailer brake gain. The ride is set to stiff because, hello, you're towing. You want that stiffer ride. Standard brake regen, stability is on. We're in standard ride height. You could drop it to low if you wanted to drop it low. So overall, people, there are a ton of different modes, a ton of different ride heights you can adjust this to. There's probably like literally a setting for every single like variable you could come up with. So again, this is just super impressive of what this truck is capable of. Hopefully we'll try out some of these modes, these off-road modes. I'm gonna try some of these out real soon. This seems really, really cool. So I'm super excited about this truck still. I hope you are too. If you have any ideas for some videos that we can make, or maybe if there's some features you wanna see, drop that in the comments below. Also, don't forget, I gotta say it, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on any future videos. Why would you want to miss out on seeing me? Also, if you've already subscribed, do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up. That way more people can see it. Well, that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.